Now we'll start with the algorithm, that is unify L1 comma L2. Okay, the first step of our algorithm is that if L1 or L2 both are variables or constant, then what we have to check first. If L1 and L2 are identical, then return nil. Means suppose here p is variable and another literal is just a p as a variable. Okay, these are identical, just return nil. Or we can say we can write as if p of x, again the second literal we are having again is the p of x. See, is both are similar, so we can just return nil. Why nil? Because we got the matched literal, that's why we can directly forward them to the resolution by okay. And the next part that will happen in the resolution, that is contradiction and all that thing. Okay, but the first step, was if L1 or L2 are both are variables or constant, then check the remaining thing, that is A is that if L1 and L2 are identical, then return nil. That is the first thing. Okay, now we'll move to the 1B and 1C. What is written there? If A is false, means L1 and L2 are not identical. Okay, now what to check? If L1 is variable, then if L1 occurs in L2, then return fail, else return L2 slash L1, that is substitute the variable of L1 with the L2. See, if the step 1B gets false, again it will move to the 1C. What is that? Else if L2 is variable, then if L2 occurs in L1, then return fail, else return. Means what? Now see, I'll just take a simple example so that you will get that two step, that is 1B and 1C. Suppose our L1, it is f of x comma x. Okay, it is for 1B. Okay, for our step 1B. L2 f of g of x comma g of x. If these are the two literals, and if we find the substitution g of x for x, that is means if we try to substitute g of x for x, what will happen? It will goes to infinite loop. See how? If I try to put that g of x for x, means my L1 become f of g of x and g of x. Okay, L2 remains the same. L2 remains the same. See, but what is our substitution? That is g of x for what is our substitution? That is g of x for x. So when we try to put that g of x for every x, when we try to put g of x for every x, our loop goes to infinite. Means I again try to put g of x for x into my L1. It will be f of g of in bracket g of x comma g of in bracket g of x, and this is how it will go your L1 to the infinite loop. Means the number of g's will increase, and for every x we'll try to substitute by g of x. That's why the thing that is 1b. Means if we found some variable, what is that? What is the step 1b? If L1 is a variable, then if L1 occurs in L2, then return fail, else return L2 slash L1. Same for here C. The situation, if we reverse the situation, it will be applied to 1C. That is if here I'll take my literal L1 as f of g of x and my L2 becomes f of x comma x, and again the same, if I try to substitute g of x for x, it will go to the infinite loop, same as the previous example. Okay, that is why the steps, that is 1b and 1c, where we check whether if L1 is existed in L2 or L2 is L2 variable exists in the L1. Okay, that's why we have to check these things. If all these things get false, that is 1a, 1b or 1c, return all fail. Okay, it will return the fail. Now the next step we have is if, that is the second step, if the initial predicate symbol in L1 and L2 are not identical, then return fail. What is that? Check the predicate. Here if p of x, again p of y comma z. Here we are having our predicate symbols are same, that's why we can move to next. What is the next step? That is the third step. If L1 and L2 have different number of arguments, then return fail. The number of arguments, as we had seen previously, we have to check the number of arguments of literal. First we'll check the predicate. If it match, then move forward. After checking that, we check the number of arguments. Okay, if they are same, then we'll move to the fourth step, that is set subst, that is the variable which stores the substitution, to nil. Okay, because after the completion of whole unification process, your see after the unification process, your subst will store the all substitutions such as y for x or z for y or etc. Whatever the number of substitutions are there will be stored into the subst. Okay, this is the fourth step, that is set subst to nil initially. Okay, at the end it will contain the all the types of substitution what we had made in our unification process. Now the next is step 5. If all this done, now what we have to do? We have to substitute. Okay, how many times we have to run the substitution process? That is to the number of arguments we are having, because we have to substitute for all number of argument. So we need to run this process for as number of arguments whatever are having in our literals. Okay, then after while running this process, what is the 5a? Call unify with the argument of L1 and the ith argument of L2, putting the result into the S. That is, we have to substitute them and put it into the S. If S contains fail, then return fail. If S is not equal to nil, then apply S to the remainder of both L1 and L2, and second substitute will be stored. Whatever your substitution value is there, it will be stored into the subst, and this return subst will return the all the substitutions value to the resolution process. Okay, from where that unification was called. Means for this step 5, what we have? Suppose for example I write p of x comma x, and second predicate I write p of y comma z. Now to unify them, p is matched. Okay, then compare x and y and decide if we substitute y for x, means if we will check whether we can put this y for this x. Okay, if we can substitute y for x, then substitution will be written as and temporarily it will be stored to this y. If our y can be substituted for x, then that y will get stored into the s. Okay, if we can substitute this after checking that if we can substitute this y for x, then we can store this y to s. That is the variable what we had used. Okay, now after calling the step 5c second, what is that? subst colon equals to append and the in bracket s comma subst. Okay, after calling this, what will happen? Your substitution will be made and you will get p of y comma y and p of y comma z, means your first substitution is done. Okay, now again the procedure repeats, because here we are having one different variable. That's why again we'll check whether we can substitute that z for y. If yes, then again your s will store z and substitution will be made, that is z for y, and at the end we'll get p of z comma z and the second literal will be p of z comma z likewise. Okay, hope you got this. This is the total unification process and the algorithm of unification. Thank you.